I think giving back to kids and working with kids is something that I have found to be my passion. So anything that involves working with children, and if you can throw a bit of artwork in there, and also talking about my culture is something that I love. I knew like some of the older kids, but yeah, the two little ones, I'd never met them before. But I think they really appreciated having someone to share their culture with, and also bounce off their questions, because they're not as connected as what I am. So I was very privileged to be able to be part of that. I think it touched my heart because they have not had like their elders, or like not even their parents, to share that sort of stuff with. So I was really humbled to be part of like their cultural journey. When I went to their home, they showed me their home, and it's like just like mine. But the kids were quick to tell me, you know, we don't have mum and dad. And I think that just hit home in a way. But yeah, I think the role that the carers have there is so important. It's such an important role, and it just made me feel pretty blessed. They're focusing on their own story, how they're going to portray it, or even just doodling or whatever, and you can do a lot of yarning in that time. And it's also like makes them feel a bit safer. You know, they don't have to give eye contact, they can just be looking down at their page and doing whatever, so they don't have to you know, for them, if they want to open up about that harder side of their life, or you know, those sort of points that require more emotion, if they don't want to show that, they don't have to. That's the parents, they made the baby, and then they're in, whatever's happens, and they're in care now, and they've made their new connections, and they're growing up. And then, you know, as you get to your teenage years, you know, you click with just some people, and that's your main friendship group or whatever, and then they're old enough to leave. So yeah, that's just the story there. And the colours are what the houses, the children in the houses, the different houses chose. So I worked with them. I just tried to, some colours were hard to match because they were dead set wanted this colour, so I had to make it work. You take your life, I've taken my life for granted, I guess, and then working in the child protection space as well has opened my eyes to what's around me. But working with the kids, you know, they're just average kids that, you know, they're willing to learn, they want to learn, they like to have a joke and a laugh. And I think not having your culture, that's a massive part of my life. Not having that would be so hard to navigate everything. And I think everyone deserves to be connected with their culture. So if I can be just that little starting point for their connection, then that's great. But I want to do more. Yeah, it's definitely inspired me to get more into my artwork, so we'll see what comes of that. This is Honey, and she has made this massive impact, completed our little family. So I think doing that work that I did with the other children, I think, you know, it just hits home this is my home, this is my family, and how can I put a little bit of what I've got here into someone else's life. So that's what I'm going to be thinking about on my maternity leave, is how I can put my love into someone else's, you know, especially into that residential care space. I don't know what else there is to do, but I think that's just what I'm thinking of, putting something else there. The one that's been making all the little cute gurgles over there.